The people of Togo, Togolese, are on the streets demanding their long-time serving president for Ganssingbe to resign. Now, tensions are escalating as these people on the streets are demanding the president to step down or to restore the constitution back to 1992 where it was. The reason is, according to those who organized this protest, mainly by community activists, influencers, and the Togolese diaspora as well, they have highlighted persisting political strife in Togo, where last month President Ganssingbe was given the powerful new role of president of the Council of Ministers that has no fixed term limit. And mind you, this president is there for more than 50 years, for more than half a century, basically him and also his predecessor, his father. So the family has ruled Togo for more than half a century. Now, take a look how the protest looks like on the streets of Lomé, the capital of Togo.
Ça continue. Ça continue.
Alice.
Oui, on l'a mené.
Because the infrastructure is really poor. Now, just to give you an insight on this, the tensions are running high in Togo as thousands take to the streets in protest against what many describe as a tightly controlled political system and the erosion of constitutional governance. Now, the demonstrations, which began today, meaning on Thursday, on 26th of June, and are expected actually to continue throughout up until 28th of June, basically until they see a change. Now, this protest is said to be marking one of the most significant public mobilizations in recent years. Now, the Togolese people have been protesting since 2017, but at different times there's as it is described, a very tight security, and in fact there is a ban also on demonstration. Now, security has been visibly stepped up in the country's capital, Lomé, with patrols and checkpoints set up across key areas of the capital. Now, residents in several neighborhoods say the heavy deployment of police and military personnel has created an atmosphere of fear, and that's exactly what the government wants them to feel. Now, the protests are being fueled in parts, according to the government, partly by the Togolese diaspora who have been active online. But it could be true as well. It's a case in many African countries. The diaspora fuels protests, urging citizens. It could be for a good reason, also for a bad reason. Okay, now those who called on this protest urged the citizens to reject what they see as political system that exclude, dissent and extends power through constitutional manipulation. And now, Nathanael Olympio is a spokesperson of civic movement, and he said the slogan running through this protest is touche pas à ma constitution, which translates, I think, don't touch my constitution, or hands off my constitution, right? Yeah, so Togolese citizens are tired of watching, this is what he said, their constitution being altered to serve a small elite, that is the family of Ganssingbe. The country's democratic space has been shut down. These protests are about restoring constitutional order and giving power back to the people. Now, despite the government warnings and labelings, the protest as unauthorized the demonstrators have vowed to continue with planned gathering across Lome and other towns in the country. Officials accuse external actors of inciting instability, while civil society groups are urging both sides to avoid violence. They like to blame it on the outside and, trying to deny or to escape from what is going on within the country, to escape from that. An interesting insight that is that what I want to bring you. Let me just now look. The reason is that, first of all, the Togolese people now, this family has been ruling for more than half a century. You know what the father did? Let me tell you. The father did, Ganssingbe's father, actually in 1992. His name is Ganssingbe Iyadema. That's the name. And he was in power since 1967, and his son, this one, for Ganssingbe, took power from 2005. So at some point, Iyadema, the father, has put in the constitution in 1992 that limits the term of the president for 2 terms, basically each 5 years for 10 years. And after some time, again, when his son come to a president, then he put it back. He's dead, but the military that helped the son to come to power, they put back, they amended where it was, and gave again unlimited stay in power for the son. Now, the son, for Ganssingbe, what he did is he gathered, because he was expected to step down, but he gathered his ministers, and he got this title, powerful one, to be the role of the president of council of ministers that has no fixed term limit. So the Togolese people, they have seen what their protest will lead to, whether the military take power or whatever, because they are seeing they're just immediate neighbor of Niger, Burkina Faso, and Mali. And in fact, yesterday, when I came here and reported to you how ECOWAS is struggling with the exit of Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, one of the challenges that ECOWAS is facing is fragmentation, that more countries following the footsteps of these countries, or the Sahel states, and seeing ECOWAS as useless and a toothless organization. That is their fear. So, and the example that was brought in that article that I shared with you yesterday was that Togo was one example. Look, now the creation of the Alliance of the Sahel State has emboldened leaders as well, community leaders, it could be activists, organizational leaders, whatever leaders, and as well as also opposition groups in the region and beyond, to seek new directions, with many interpreting the actions of these 3 countries as an overdue response to the lingering effects of colonialism and neo-colonialism in the region and in the continent. Now, a real data was collected, and in Togo, what showed was really shocking. Look, in that survey that was carried out in Togo by independent Pan-African Research Network, it's called Afrobarometer, and they found that 64% of Togolese respondents to that research found that the establishment of the Alliance of the Sahel States somewhat or like justified, very justified. That's their response to the research. And then another 54% of Togolese also thought their country would benefit from leaving ECOWAS to join the Alliance of the Sahel States. So another also confirmation to this is that it was a while ago, perhaps it could be a couple of months before, their foreign minister was sitting down with Deutsche Welle, and in his interview he said, to the journalist, if you go and ask people on the streets of Togo, the Togolese people will tell you that they want or they like what they see in the Alliance of the Sahel State, and it's in their interest to join the Alliance of the Sahel State. And if the people want it, all what we need to do is to take it to the parliament. This is in his word, okay? I'm not making up something. All we need to do is to take it to the parliament and needs to be approved by the president, and voila, Togo join IES. Of course, they request the IES first, but then I'm sure they would be welcomed. So that is what the Togolese foreign minister has said, and this is what also the research shows. 64% sees it as a very justified for the move of the IES. Well, the Togolese people, we always say, whether it is those who are sleeping, who are in bed with those colonial powers, if they for them to leave power, it's only in the hands of the people. If we are talking about Ivory Coast, then it's in the hands of Ivorian people. Only Ivorian people can bring down the Alassane Ouattara of Ivory Coast. And Togo also, who is again sleeping and who is in bed continuously with the colonial power and sabotaging the Sahel states, then that can be corrected only by the Togolese people, by taking that power from this president, political dynasty, basically, who are there for decades, refusing to give power for new blood, for new generation, okay? So that power is within you. So the minute you take that up to, in your hand, then we are with you. So we wish all the best to the Togolese people. We really hope that this will bring down, the government, and that, like justice should be restored as well. But of course, we are also, we want to warn you as well, such opportunities can be taken again by colonial powers, and then bring another puppet. They don't care, they don't care. They just think that what do the people want, and then we bring them this another leader, he do all the rhetorical speech, and then again you will find him or her, mostly it's men, of course, doing what the colonial power asks them to do. So that they need to be careful, the Togolese people. Thank you very much again for tuning in. This is a matter that is still in development, and we will bring you more. That was it for now. Bye bye.